As soon as I saw this article, I was like, okay, we got to do a whole stream on this particular subject, and you'll see why. This is this is one of the most ridiculous things ever, and of course, it's written anonymously. Mm-hmm. How to hide a promiscuous past from your new man. Because sometimes the sex is so slamming, you can't risk scaring him off. See, here's what you got to do. Now, they automatically just discredit their entire argument. Let's make one thing clear. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being a slut.
Okay.
If you're looking to, just have fun, sure. 7 to 10 minutes of fun, 18 years on the run, but nobody's wifing you up. Number one.
Not after you go over the certain... once you go over failing the dick stacking test.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Try to find out the number of people he has slept with. Yeah, well, the higher the number usually turns on the woman, turns off the man. It's not a double standard. It's just how things are.
Well, I mean, that's how we're programmed.
Yep. Number 2, lie. It's just that simple.
Yeah, women never lie. I believe all women. My body, my choice.
No big deal. No big
sure,
deal.
It's your baby.
Yeah, Chris Rock said it best. Men lie the most. Women tell the biggest lies.
Hell yeah, they do.
Number 3, tell all if you must, but with a twist. So this one deserves a little context. Like promoting a couple of bonks to an old boyfriend status. That way you can get down to telling tales of about 2 to 3 men in total. Sure.
And multiply that by 8.
With that high school, play curtain of roast beef you got going on down there, hanging down to your knees, I don't think that anybody's going to really buy that.
Yeah, listen. All I can say is most of the women out there today, meaning anywhere from 51% to 99%, are graduating high school with a body count more than 4.
Oh, yeah. And that's really all it takes.
Yep. They're quite literally... handicapping their ability to pair bond with a man.
Yep.
But before they reach the age of 19.
It is what it is. And you know what? Doesn't really matter to me because they're all going to the same place.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
Number 4, tell the truth? Maybe. Some men are actually not bothered by a woman's lively past, but before you tell all, be sure that you are dating one such. How do you find out? Well, is he hot?
What does that have to do with anything?
That has nothing to do with anything. Actually, the more high value the guy is, the less he's going to put up with that shit.
Well, and let's be honest. Yes, there are men out there who don't care about it until it's time to ask for the diamond.
Yeah. No hymen, no diamond.
I mean, I came up with Ring Bluff 1 and Ring Bluff 2 for a reason.
Yes.
The string along effect. It's one of my...
it works.
I made it in the first 2 years I started doing this.
Yep.
It is hilarious.
Promise ring. Number 5, pretend past lovers were terrible. Women are experts at this. Oh, you couldn't really get me. I had a small pee-pee.
Yeah.
All the same shit they're going to say about you after you break it off because they've got 348 dicks stacked in the warehouse.
Yeah, he can only work the gear shift to 3.
Yeah. Yeah, better than reverse, I guess. Number 6, here's my favorite. Say they abused you.
Oh, yeah.
I thought false accusations only happen 2% of the time.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is they will throw that up as a sympathy wall, hoping you won't breach it or want to go, circumvent it to find out what's going on.
Just shows you how comfortable some people are with lying.
It's the sympathy obstacle effect.
Yep.
Women do it all the time, and especially when it's accompanied with tears.
Mm-hmm. Number 7, do your cyber OPSEC and do it right. You already knew to prune any evidence from your social media, but I bet you didn't know you should also create a plausible cover story for missing information or blocks of time. So we're getting into just almost like
lying.
Military intelligence territory.
This is spy shit here. And
It is.
I believe we covered some of this in Working Man's Survival Guide.
Yep. Blame it on an ex hacking and vandalizing your accounts after a bad breakup is the good old trusty. But you can really cook with your creative juices here. The more elaborate and pre-planned the story, the harder it will be to track or crack for your new dude's prodding questions. Have an answer to every question, and most importantly, have fun. Yeah, have fun deceiving a dude into thinking you're someone that you're not.
What is she going to do 5 years later when she doesn't remember any of these lies? Because that's what happens when these women live in this web of lies.
I don't know. I got nothing for you, man.
It's gonna blow up in her face in not a good way.
Because sooner or later, one of those old friends is going to come around, and it could be a frenemy. Yep. And then it's all over. Number 8.
Men don't keep frenemies.
No.
Remember that.
Finally, always bring trusted friends in on the conspiracy. So we're admitting that you are duping a dude.
That's right.
At this point.
And I did a video called Dupe the Dude, too.
Yep.
Dupe the next dude.
Make sure your friends are briefed. You don't want to be in a social situation where one of them suddenly blurts out, "You remember you were in Ibiza and you did it with 3 men on one night?" Well, he's going to find that out sooner or later anyway.
Yes, he will. Listen, if your friends are your friends and they find out any of this crazy stuff, because let's face it, everyone talks.
Yep.
And they don't tell you, and you find out on your own, you might want to reevaluate if you keep those people in your life.
A little bit.
Yeah, because that's serious stuff right there.
It's very serious stuff. And it has gotten so bad with just the astronomical amount of lying and how comfortable they are with it. Now, even if they've got a 3-digit body count, they can trick you into thinking they're a virgin. I hated my first time, so I paid $10,000 for surgery to restore my virginity. Oh, yeah, she totally,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now, listen, they do other things, too. They have the ability to ratchet the tension down on that thing once it gets blown out.
Oh, yeah, the vaginal rejuvenation surgery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently this costs $10,000. And I was a 17-year-old teenager who lost my V-card to a 30-year-old guy. Just like many women, I was deceived. I was promised marriage and children like in fairy tales. 1, 2, 3. Bullshit! No one's promising that to a 17-year-old.
I got you.
I don't care how good-looking you are.
And even
she
if
is
he
good-looking, to be fair.
Even if he did, she's gullible enough to believe it.
It's all on her, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, women never lie. Totally.
It's called unfounded.
Oh, yeah, we have some of those factoids on the website if you want to check them out. Like a National Library of Medicine here goes over false rapé allegations. With the cooperation of a police agency and a small metropolitan community, 45 consecutive disposed false rapé allegations covering a 9-year period were studied. These allegations constitute 41% of the total forcible rapé cases reported during this period. And this study has been replicated since then. After the first one back in the 1990s was critiqued, the original study's author went back into it and proved it was even higher.
Wow.
Sources on redonkulous.com.
Well, I do know that a lot, when I looked at the stats and the Uniform Crime Report about sexual assault and so forth, there was a stat in there, and I think this is 8 or 9 years old now.
Oh, yeah?
It was like 30 to 40% of them were unfounded.
Yeah.
And that's just the political correct term they're using to your lying cunt.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. If you actually look at what the definition of unfounded means.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that, rapé is some of the worst shit you could do.
Absolutely.
And if you actually do that, you need to get buried under the goddamn jail.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Well, I mean, honestly, the prison population kind of takes care of this problem for us.
Yes and no. I don't know if they get all wrapped around the axle for just raping an adult.
But if it's children,
you mess with children.
You won't even get to your sentencing if it's children.
Well, they have to keep you in special housing and segregated, and because
I'm sorry, they shouldn't do that anymore, and I'll tell you why. Because if a man, all he has to do is pretend like he's, performing the Bloody Larry on himself for 5 days a month in order to get transferred to a women's facility, and he'll just get dropped into Gen Pop to start impregnating these women.
Yeah, he won't.
Don't protect the chomos.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. All
well,
right.
I'm just telling you what they do.
Oh, I know. So thank you, SCE, for reminding me about the Discord message. We got Sean St. George says, I've been under the weather myself. Get well soon, Pop. And Jeff Space Lord with a $50 super chat. Holy
All
shit.
right. Thank you.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
He said, could we encourage all Red Pill MGTOW creators to have a set schedule like you guys do? I don't like it when shows overlap with each other. Who else is streaming? Damn it.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. And then Shark Dentures says, so number 1 through number 7, lie. And Sean St. George saying, holy shit, 40+% accusations are false. Definitely can't believe any woman with legit high numbers like that. I mean, even if you were to just take the science at face value, 25% of primary accused are exonerated by DNA every year like clockwork.
Yeah.
An additional 25%, the DNA is inconclusive. So in either case, you're talking between 25 and 50%.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Listen,
The 2% stat that they come up with comes from a novel called Against Her Will that was written in the 1970s, I think. And it was the source of it was a casual, offhanded comment from a judge. There's no sourcing for that stat whatsoever.
wow.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.